This goes out to all my ladies. We open more. Don't underestimate her. She's the cream of the crop, the Terminator. Don't assume it's not a costume. She can have it all. Yo, what's up? Charlie. You guys try 8 episodes. 8 episodes. That's like back to back to back. Every week, back to back. So 8. Hey, I try I dey carry the plans, sake of the love I have for you people. That be why if you like, share, subscribe. You understand? Anyways, thank you so much for joining episode 8 of Tea with IVE. I just wanted to remind you that you are not basic. We are not basic. Also, you'll catch this first on Pebble app and then on the rest. Tune in. Let's get right into it. So today, I'm talking about accepting help. Initially, I wanted to call this topic accepting help. Okay, so that's why I said that first. And I said, no, everybody needs somebody. So tell me at the end of this episode which title you think I should have gone with. But for now, I'm going to go with everybody needs somebody. I find that every time or at every point in my life, someone just drops into my life. Not family, not friend, like just someone drops. And that person is supposed to hold you for that season in your life. Today, I'm going to talk about one of such people in my life, and she will beat me, but maybe I won't mention her full name, because if I mention her full name, she's a very low-key person, but I appreciate this woman so much. She's one of the first times someone said, I will help you, but I don't want anything in return. Do you know how it feels for a Ghanaian girl growing up, someone to say, I'll help you, but I don't want anything in return? Like, I kept asking, what can I do? I have quite a number of such women in my life. One was Irene. We've spoken about her. May her soul rest in peace. So anyways, I'm going to talk to you about a woman called Pascaline. And initially, it was hard for me because it didn't make sense that someone was just so kind. I think on several occasions, I would ask, why are you doing this for me? And he should just say, that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm a Christian. Who knows? Maybe. See, this woman will just send you a laptop and say, oh, Christmas came early. That's the kind of person I'm talking about. And she was very, very instrumental in my life. It's been an over 17 years of friendship or more, and I appreciate her greatly. So she inspired today's topic. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody. I watched a Netflix show called Live to 100. Before we go to that series on Netflix, today I'm drinking lemon tea because I feel like my throat ache. Hey, that's a bad way to clear your throat. If you do that, you hurt go and ask the doctor. Anyways, I'm drinking lemon tea. And it's one of the most soothing teas I know, especially for your throat. And it's just... There's something about tea, man. You just need to drink it. It just... Yeah. If you let me do tea adverts for you, I'm not saying that you should bring your products, but if you bring it, my mind, you see, I'll for you. Anyways, let's go back to talk about that series I was trying to tell you about. The series was titled Live to 100. So a group of documentary guys, production guys, decided to go on a world tour to specific countries, cities, or towns that were known for having older people, a lot of older people. And so they went to Asia, some parts of Africa, some parts like
different places. And they had similar questions for all of them. So they went to various countries and asked the same question. Said, what do you think contributed to how old you have lived? Okay. And one of the things that stood out easily, apart from eat healthy, work a lot, and those things, those ones we are told, but socialization. Okay, socialization. Like everybody needs somebody. Some of them said they have groups where they just sit every night and tell stories. Others said they go for church meetings. And I feel like that's where the concept of church comes from, or going to the mosque or wherever, like having people meet. Maybe that's another reason it's very important in our Ghanaian culture for funerals to be the way they are, but it's all just around the concept of making sure that you are in the midst of other people. Okay. And at the end of this episode, I'm going to tell you how plants do it. It's remarkable. It's remarkable and it's powerful. So stay tuned for that. And so they asked them and they said, yeah. So we even have Susu. I thought that thing was only Ghana, but like these old people have an association in the area and they all contribute to Susu. And then this person will use it for something. And then the next month, this person, and they said it. And they said it's not because their children don't send them money or anything, but they find that it helps them check on each other. I know at this point, I know nipa beye dirty bats. Nipa being so waushiana. It's like an angel on earth. And the problem has always been, how do we tell which one? Like, how do we tell? Because one of the episodes I talked about pruning. So if you want to know how to tell, go and check out the episode on pruning. Okay. But how do you tell? It's the most difficult thing to do. Please, I'm here to tell you, you can't tell. Okay. It's like putting your money in the bank and expecting that your money will be there tomorrow. Take the risk. Okay. Meet people. I also find that when I am away from people for way too long, I start to quell. And that's one of the things, if you look at depression, they'll tell you that one of the ways to spot a depressed person is they start to isolate themselves. Because the more you go into the midst of people and you talk, even if you're not talking directly about your problems, there's always, imagine just inviting friends home. I do this a lot. If you are my friend and you know that you are part of that squad that comes home to eat the pork and the fried yam, and you haven't come in a while, yes, I'm talking to you. Next time I'll mention names. Hurry up and come. Let's eat pork and fried yam and talk about everything and nothing. Okay, that kind of, it's not the one where you meet to gossip. No, the one where you meet, watch random YouTube videos, play random games, talk about nothing. Like, don't talk about work, don't talk about relationship wahala, don't talk about any of those things. Just meet and sometimes I feel like everybody needs a certain type of characteristics of friends, and everybody plays a different role in your life. Pascaline is the one I call. It used to be Pascaline and Irene, but the one I call when I want to talk about career. Okay. It doesn't mean we don't talk about things. Once in a while, she'll say, hey, so are you still single? So I'm not single, but you won't like it if I tell you. So, but we laugh about it. But 80% of the time, we're talking about how to move on, how to grow, what next. You've tried this, it didn't work, try another thing. And she makes it look so easy. She'll just go like, see, if this one is on air, if this person is stressing you out, dog it. Life is too short for this. Let's move on to the next. What next do you have in mind? Oh, I have this. Oh yeah, actually, that could work. Have that kind of conversation. Have someone. That's why I think one of the things that has helped me the most is not having friends in just one circle. Okay. Like I haven't limited myself to just one age group of friends. I have friends who are 60 plus. I have friends who are 50 plus. I have friends who are 40 plus. I have friends who are 20 plus. I have the 20 plus, I have a cutoff, but I have friends who are 20 plus, people who are way younger than me that we just talk and we meet and we talk. And I find that I impact on this group of people. But there's something about teaching. The more you teach, the more you learn. You get it. And so it's like, I go here to the 50s, 40 plus, 60 plus. I pick something, I use it. It works for me. I transfer it to that. So I always have, and then I gain more in return. I always have that circle going on for me. And they don't even have to know each other. Guys, don't try to put all your friends into one squad. It never works. By the time you realize, there's some drama. So please, if you know, you know your strength, you know your friends, their strength. Try to, first you go and introduce someone to someone, and then the person you thought was an angel will become, it has happened to me. Okay, please learn your lessons and just focus on each and everyone's strength. Realize and recognize that nobody's perfect. So there's absolutely no way you can tell. Okay, you can't tell from a glance. People react to things differently. I have this weird thing that I always say. Until you put someone in a room full of money that hasn't been counted, okay, and they come out and they don't take a single note, you can't say they are not a thief. Me, I'm not a thief. I've never stolen anything in my life. Yeah, maybe you've never been in a situation where you had to steal to survive, So try as much as possible to not put people in the situation that don't test people, guys. Don't test people. If you test people, what you want to see, you'll see it. You get it. Just love people because they are people. Do what you can to make their lives better. When it's seasonal, or if it's seasonal, when it's over, let it go. Immediate. That is how I live my life. You can tell if it's working or it's not. But say, Charlie, everybody needs somebody. Sometimes you're going through something and you feel like, as for this one, I have to go through it alone. Yes, it's very, very, very important to coil into your room, listen to music, meditate, whatever you do, to listen to yourself so that you know your next move. Hide once in a while, yes, makes total sense. But in life, the best thing you can do for yourself is to have a balanced life. Okay? When you have to, you have to call that friend that you haven't spoken to in a while. Check on them. Gonna hard. Look, the last time some guy beat at me, I know that this guy is rich, man. Like me, the way I used to see the guy, he sent me a message and said he wants 500 CDs. Hey, I thought it was a hacked phone because I never expected it. But people are going through things and everybody needs somebody. Look, maybe you think that you only have tomatoes. And you think that because you only have tomatoes, you think nothing is going on well for you. Someone who is feeling the same way about in toast. Hey, tomatoes is in toast. Yes, onions. Onions. Please, I'm not a tree girl. Forgive. Okay? Someone is also feeling the same way about onions. Now, imagine if both of you could just have a conversation and say, Charlie, me want toast. Charlie means me want onions. Inti yenye gari eba ana. Do you see what you've done there? You've picked what you have just by having a conversation and accepting that everybody needs somebody. You have given this person in toast. This person has given you onions. Sauce. You've made sauce together. Okay? Do not live like an island. When people say that thing, it's funny for me because have you been on an island? Island is made up of two things. Always. There has to be land and water. Even them. Even island that you used to give that example, me and my island, is made up of two things. It's always made up of two things. And I just need you to know that everybody needs somebody. Don't also take advantage of the fact that this person, I need this person, so I will milk them out until they are dry, please. It's hard to tell, especially when they can't tell you themselves. By you na Fanyansa to think about it a couple of times. Sometimes you're not intentionally doing it, but hold yourself. Okay, just try as much as possible to put yourself in each other's shoes and see if it be me, it go hurt me and it go weak me and what it go do for me. You know that kind of vibe. Okay, so that's one of the things I wanted to tell you. I have some friends. In fact, my best friend is like that. That's the only fight we ever fight because my best friend does not ask. She doesn't know how to ask. She needs help to do something. If you don't offer, she won't ask. And with time, she has come to realize that I'm not in your mind. I won't know. You have to ask me. Even the Bible says, ask and it shall be given unto you. You know, I'm not saying that thing you people do. Don't take me out of context. I'm not saying go around. No. All I'm saying is everybody needs somebody. You now, the person you're going to ask for the thing, what are you also doing for the person in return? Not because it's cast in stone, hand go, hand come, but it's just how it works. Okay. You can't do it alone. You are dreaming of a project. You want the project to come to life. Let me give you an example. I mean, you know, say me every time. I go tell you a story. I've been wanting to podcast for a very long time. For a very, very long time. Okay. I started with some of your current favorites and I've just been putting it off. And I have all the equipment at home. My problem was I just needed someone to say, when are you coming to do it? What I come? And that's where Pebble came in. So the people at Pebble said, look, we're going to produce it for you. We're going to do everything. Just come and sit down and talk. And thanks to that, now there's episode 8. Every time I had tried to do it alone, by the second or third one, then my brain. Do you get it? But now because I'm collaborating, it's made it easy on me and it's giving me a sort of responsibility and purpose. Now I feel like if I don't come, I have breached a contract. But we're helping each other. And suddenly, it's become so easy to do it. You get me? So as much as possible, don't stay in that small corner and suffer alone and weep alone. You will die alone. No hard feelings, but you will die alone. Nobody was born to go through it alone. If the people in your circle are not helpful, someone is trying to get your attention. You are not paying attention because you are expecting it to come from this door. Maybe it will come from the window. Open your eyes. Okay. Now, for what plants taught me. I promise to tell you how plants do this so nicely and so cool. So I was watching a documentary about plants. I do that a lot. Yes, when you love things, watch how they live. Go on YouTube. YouTube, yeah, be like, I forget certificates from them or something. Because I did it 24/7. 24 times 7 is what I watched the series. They said 31 or something like that. It was funny. Anyways, but yeah, anyways, let's talk about what plants taught me. Okay, let me tell you about what plants taught me. So I learned that did you know, wait, let me start this with a question. Did you know that plants talk to each other? Like this plant and this plant and this plant, and they are not in the same family. Okay, some of them are, but they don't look same. Okay, but they all talk and they all communicate. And recently scientists have found that plants don't just talk to each other, they share food, they share water. If there is a disease outbreak or there is a pest outbreak in a particular session where there like a forest, okay, Plants communicate through their roots. Listen, guys, listen. It's like danger is coming, oh, Charlie. We've seen it on the other side. Maybe the plants in Kaswa. Nah, Kaswa, I did Papa Bianco. So anyway, you used to make me chrome. I don't want to holla. I come from Amfuega. Okay. Say, good. Amfuega is a good example because there's Amfue Akukome. Okay. And then there's Amfue. Hey, my uncle beat me. I forgot it. But there are small towns, like the way humans are, okay, small towns. And some are in the entrance or the entry into the town. Okay. So what happens is when there's a pest or something and it's spreading in one direction, the plants will communicate through their roots and tell the other ones that, Charlie, brace yourself. We don't know how you do it, but this thing is coming and it could hurt you. It's hurt some of us. And they do that through their roots. And they were looking at the distance in which such things can happen. Remember, they coexist too. There are certain plants that grow in the same space, have the same requirements, and they grow in the same space and they communicate with each other. There are certain plants that climb other trees to survive because standing on their own, it means they will just be on the floor, but they need to reach the sun. So the tree will say, okay, climb me and let's go together. And they will climb the tree and they'll all go together. One of them is the ivy plant. Me. You get it? But on a good day, if you give this plant something to climb on, it'll probably look something like this. And it'll keep going up. And they will do it together. And everybody will have somebody in their corner to do this with. To talk to communicate, to share food. Plants do that too. You think plants are loners? No. Even me, I realized that when I started working with plants, I would put one in this corner, one this. That decor thing that you people have been doing in your houses. No. Plants actually do better when they are compact. And even without their roots being in the ground, even with them being in separate pots, they still communicate. Let me tell you how. So one of the very important requirements for plants, especially house plants, are humidity levels. Okay. When these plants are separate from each other, the humidity levels drop. When they are together, it becomes like a steam. I say, I what do now? Says Bible no can say. But why should one man sleep alone? Why should one person sleep alone? You see that? Yes, it works in the plant world. When they are together, they are able to keep warmth. They are able to hold on to each other. They are able to talk to each other. And if that doesn't tell you that you are not alone, I don't know what will. Everybody needs somebody. Talk to someone today. Talk to someone. Test the waters, but talk to someone. Okay? And this brings me to the end of episode 8. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember, this is going to be on Pebble Up first and then on the rest later. I am so grateful for you. And I need you to look at me right now because I'm about to tell you something very important. We are not basic. Thank you so much for joining. Cut.
Don't care if you cannot see her, she go blow your mind. Put on your speakers, take a break, a little escape. She can